Hi guys, so welcome to the introduction to computer networks. My name is Jude Ozinigbe. So in this class we'll be looking at what computer networks are. So let's just see the brief introduction to what computer networks are. So a computer network is a system containing computers, printers, audio or visual display devices or telephones interconnected by telecommunication equipment via cable or wireless. Now here's the network diagram. This is the interconnector and it's a switch. It's called a switch. You see it here. So this switch is what connects all the other devices together by way of cable, Ethernet cable or network cable. So these orange lines are cables connecting those devices. So it can be a laptop, a desktop or a server, a printer. You have network printers, you have some other wired equipment. Then you can also use fiber optic cable, network cable, to connect to some other devices, routers, the internet, other local area networks. Then you also have a device here that is wireless that can now convert your network from a wired network to a wireless network. We are going to be looking at all of that in a few minutes ahead. So let's see the types of networks. There are many types of computer networks which are used worldwide, but for this course we will focus on just two: the local area network or LAN and the wireless local area network or WLAN. Let's see the local area network, the LAN. So in the local area network you have a very important device which is called a switch. The switch is what connects every other devices together on the network. So it can be a desktop, it can be a laptop, it can be a printer, it can be a router. The switch is the most important device for now on the local area network. Quickly, let's look at another device which is still a switch but with an extra functionality. Okay, so the local area network with power over Ethernet, which is PoE. So we can just simply say LAN with PoE. Now this switch has the ability to power devices by itself without those devices being connected to a power source. For instance, this is a network camera, this is another network camera. These cameras do not need to be connected to an external source of power. Why? Because the switch gives it data, also gives it power plus data, which is PoE. Then the switch has its own source of power. The switch can connect printers, computers. Of course, it receives its power from an adapter. Then it can connect to a wireless device, which is called the wireless AP. A is for access, P is for point. That is wireless access point. At this point, this wired network becomes wireless, as we saw in our previous slide. Then you can also connect to an IP phone. We'll look at this in one of our classes. You can also connect you to storage and some other network devices. So this switch is a very important factor in our class, and we'll be seeing it in some of our advanced courses. So here we look at the wireless local area network or WLAN. It's popularly referred to as Wi-Fi. I'm sure most of you have heard about Wi-Fi. The WI is for wireless and the FI is for fidelity of Wi-Fi. Now, the Wi-Fi you always know is a wireless connection, but it still needs a kind of wired connection to get sources, except you are using something like a CPE, which is a customer premise equipment. You're going to see that in maybe one of our advanced classes. So the Wi-Fi is usually a wireless router or a wireless access point. It converts a wired network to a wireless network. So you can connect your tablet, you can connect your laptop, which can either be wired or wireless. You can connect your PC, which can be wired, but now with some other devices, you can convert a wired PC to a wireless PC. Then you can also have smartphones, which are wireless, then smartwatches that are also wireless. So that enables your wired network to become a Wi-Fi network. So let's quickly look at the features of a LAN and a WLAN. In a LAN, it's a wired network, it is a fixed network, it's faster data, it has faster data than WLAN, it is more secure than WLAN, but it's not so easy to relocate. However, in a WLAN, it's a wireless network, so it's mobile, it's not fixed. You can move the wireless network devices from one point to the other. It's not as fast as a LAN, okay? It is less secure, but there are some things you can do to make your WLAN secure, but it's actually easy to relocate. So if you have something like a wireless router, you can easily relocate it. So let's look at network classification by their component role. The local area network, there are two types basically. There's a peer-to-peer network and you have a client-server network. We'll quickly see the example of it here. So this is how a peer-to-peer network looks like, connection between two computers. Then the server base, which is like client-server network, is between a server and clients, which are the computers. So the server is connected to the network, then the clients, which are the user PCs, are also connected to the network. They receive resources from the server. On a peer-to-peer network, it's a network where each computer is responsible for making its own resources available to the other computer on the network. Each computer is responsible for setting up and maintaining its own security for these resources. In peer-to-peer network, each computer can function as both client and server. Peer-to-peer networks do not have a central control system, so there are no servers in peer-to-peer networks. The advantages and disadvantages of peer-to-peer networks. It would be nice to look at them. So the advantages is uses less expensive computer hardware, it's easy to administer, no network OS, which is operating system, is required, is more built-in redundancy, easy setup, and low cost. But what are the disadvantages? It's not very secure, okay? No central point of storage for file archiving, additional load on computer because of resource sharing, and it's hard to maintain version control. So the software is updated. It's not easy to maintain it between two computers. So we'll look at the client-server network now. In the client-server network, certain computers act as servers and others act as clients. A server is simply a computer that houses the network resources and provides service to other computers when they request it. A client is a computer running a program that requires the service from a server. A client-server network is one on which all available network resources such as files, directories, applications, and shared devices are centrally managed and hosted, and then are accessed by clients. So we'll quickly look at the advantages and disadvantages of client-server network. The advantages are here. It's very secure, it has better performance, it has central backup, and is very reliable. The disadvantages, however, means that they require professional administration. You need to know how to run server software like Microsoft Windows 2012 or 2018 and the rest. You may need to know how to run Linux server or Unix server, okay? So it requires professional administration. Then it requires more hardware. It's hardware intensive because you need a server and many other equipment to make your server network run well. There's also more software intensive because the server software is a bit expensive, and it's written here expensive dedicated software. So those are some of the disadvantages of having a client-server network. So let's quickly look at the type of servers. We have different types of servers, just a few here. Like a file server, print server, application server, message server, which you can also call it maybe a mail server or an exchange server, database server. You also have things like media server, okay, web server, and the rest of them. When you go to a website, you're actually hitting a server somewhere, which can be called a web server. So finally, we'll just look at the explanations of these different types of servers. So we have the file server. These servers provide the services for storing, retrieving, and moving the data. A user can read, write, exchange, and manage the files with the help of file servers. Media servers also fall under this category. For print server, the print server is used for controlling and managing printing on the network. It also offers fax service to the network users. Application server, the expensive software and additional computing power can be shared by the computers in a network with the help of application servers. For message server, it's used to coordinate the interaction between users, documents, and applications. The data can be used in the form of a binary, text, or graphics application. Data server is a type of application server. So these are the different types of servers explained. Mind you, like I said, we also have media servers. We have a mail server, it can be in form of an exchange, and there are other types of servers like the web server, but let's just limit it to this for this beginners class. So thank you for joining us in this class. For more updates, you can follow me on LinkedIn so you get updates for my next class or when next I'm going to be holding such classes. We'll have something like an alternative to practical on one of our classes where I'll be showing you different network devices, and one other of our class we're going to see how to create a simple network to link two or more computers together. So thank you.